Welcome back to Braintree Today. I'm Martha Konstandinidis and you're watching BCAM TV. Now we'll be getting into our latest stories from the week. Last Saturday, Ukrainian authorities worked to restore electricity and water services after being hit by Russian military strikes that widely damaged the infrastructure. President Volodymyr Zelensky said millions have seen their power restored since blackouts swept the war-battered country days earlier. The Russian strikes have been seen as attempts against Ukraine's people after Ukrainian troops liberated the city of Kherson that had been in Russian hands for many months. Zelensky, in his nightly televised address late last week, said, quote, "The key task of today, as well as other days of this week, is energy. From Wednesday to today, we have managed to halve the number of people whose electricity is cut off to stabilize the system," end quote. Early Saturday, the Kyiv Municipal Administration said water connections had been restored throughout the city, but about 130,000 residents still remain without electricity. City authorities said that all power, water, heating, and communication services would be restored within 24 hours. For the last 3 years, China has forced restrictions on its people to sustain President Xi Jinping's no-COVID policy. Now, thousands have taken to the streets in protest against these COVID restrictions, asking how much longer they must endure this policy. A deadly fire sparked rage after 10 people died due to being trapped in their apartment, unable to escape because of the strictly enforced lockdown. Authorities disputed this, but it didn't stop public outrage from spreading, especially after videos and audio clips circulated online featuring residents screaming and begging to be released. This creates a dilemma for the government. If the zero COVID policy was reversed, it would be difficult to minimize death and infections, especially due to the country's low vaccination rate among the elderly, a lack of effective domestic vaccines, and the refusal to follow the rest of the world in using foreign vaccines. It appears that China recently began to test the waters by loosening measures slightly, but an inevitable jump in cases is an outcome that Chinese authorities are still unwilling to accept. A new COVID-19 strain has taken over in Massachusetts. The subvariant known as BQ.1.1 is part of the Omicron family and now accounts for 39% of COVID-19 cases in the state. This makes it the predominant variant in Massachusetts, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. BQ.1.1 is the sibling of BQ.1, which accounted for just under 50% of COVID cases last week. BA.5 is the strain that dominated the country throughout the summer. At this point, BA.5 accounts for about 24% of cases nationwide. Although these variants could be more dangerous to some, a wider spike in infections does not seem to be on the horizon. The Massachusetts DPH released recent data that showed the number of cases in the state remained steady over the past month. Wastewater analysis from the Massachusetts Water Resource Authority also remains steady and hasn't shown any rising levels of the virus. Although the state is not reporting daily COVID-19 health trends anymore, the Mass DPH is still monitoring and reporting health trends on a weekly basis. On November 24th, newly released metrics show that over 90,000 molecular tests were conducted and 4,425 new positive cases were reported in the last week. As of November 23rd, 179 people are hospitalized in Massachusetts and 64 are in the ICU. 64 new deaths were also reported in the last 7 days. The town of Braintree also continues to monitor COVID data from the state. The town hall website hasn't reported any new positive cases in the last week. The town hall website currently shows a total of 11,539 positive cases since the start of the pandemic. There have been no new fatalities reported in 7 months, keeping Braintree's total deaths at 137. Thanks for watching Braintree Today. We'll be right back with more after the break.
If you're 50 or older, it's important to stay up to date on COVID vaccines. Boosters greatly reduce your chance of severe illness, hospitalization, and death, and are an important defense, even if you've already had COVID. Schedule your appointment today at mass.gov/COVID booster.
Welcome back. A police booking video showing the use of force against an intoxicated woman in Braintree police custody has landed a Braintree lieutenant on the county's Brady list. The Brady list is used to keep track of police officer misconduct. Lieutenant Brian Eng, a veteran of the Braintree Police Department, has been reprimanded for his use of force against a woman who was brought into the station following a domestic violence incident. In a 25-minute video, the officer is seen yanking the woman by her hair and screaming inches away from her face. Braintree Deputy Police Chief Tim Cahoon said in a statement, quote, "The Braintree Police Department unequivocally condemns the actions of the officer in this incident. We hold all of our officers to the highest standards, and the behavior exhibited during the incident is not illustrative of the conduct we expect and receive from members of the department." End quote. An all-staff meeting was called to show the video to Braintree police supervisors and to emphasize de-escalation in potential volatile and violent situations. In addition, the department has changed its policy to require senior staff to review any video available in all use of force incidents, regardless of the level of force used. Braintree High School football player James Tellier will have his Christmas wish come true thanks to Make-A-Wish and the New England Patriots. Tellier was diagnosed with diffuse large B-cell lymphoma in July. The 17-year-old quarterback was sidelined throughout the summer as he underwent chemotherapy, but was able to reclaim his starting job as quarterback and finish the season strong. Last week, Tellier and his teammates gathered for senior captain speeches when he learned that Make-A-Wish Massachusetts and Rhode Island granted his wish and will be sending him to the Patriots-Bengals game on Christmas Eve. The high school quarterback will not only attend the game, but will attend practice the day before the game at Gillette Stadium and will be treated to a post-game meal and hotel accommodations. Tellier said he wanted to use the wish to create a memorable holiday for his family as a way to thank them for their support throughout his battle with cancer. St. Thomas More Church in Braintree closed after 82 years as a house of worship for local Roman Catholics. Monday morning, people of the community gathered for the final prayer service and open house in the church. Now, the property, which also includes a rectory, a building that once housed a school, and nearly 16 acres of land, is up for sale. Braintree Mayor Kokoris said he met a few weeks ago with Reverend Sean Connor, the pastor of the Sacred Heart and St. Thomas More Collaborative, and with officials from the Boston Archdiocese to discuss the closing and the future of the property. In terms of what will develop on the property in the future, Kokoris said, quote, "We have to look at what's best for the community," end quote. District 2 Town Councilor Joseph Reynolds, who represents the area, said he wants to see the church property developed to something that is compatible with the neighborhood. Reynolds also wants the town to consider acquiring some of the land for open space. Braintree's annual Christmas tree lighting will take place on Saturday, December 3rd, with festivities beginning at 4 p.m. on the Town Hall Mall. Mayor Charles Kokoris will be joined by special guests to light the town tree at 4:30 p.m. Make sure to enjoy the tree lighting along with hot chocolate and Christmas carols sung by local students led by music director Matthew Sawtell. The March Crispin Center announced upcoming holiday events coming this December, such as the Holiday Food Basket Program available for Braintree residents. The Christmas distribution will be held on the 19th, 20th, and 21st of December. The March Crispin Center will also be holding a few fundraisers coming up this December, including the Fill a Cruiser Toy Drive sponsored by the Braintree Police Department and Brewster Ambulance, which will be held on Saturday, December 3rd outside of the Braintree Town Hall. Jake and Joe's will also be hosting a dine-in fundraiser on December 7th, where 20% of proceeds will go to the center. And finally, the 13th annual Braintree Christmas Party on December 8th will be held at the Campanella's restaurant. Admission for the event is an unwrapped gift or a gift card for a child. To apply for the Christmas Food Basket Program, you may call the center at 781-848-2124 or come into the center located on Lincoln Street to fill out an application. Thank you for watching Braintree Today on BCAM TV. We'll be right back with more stories in the area.
Stopping smoking, vaping, or using other tobacco or nicotine products takes time and courage. Calling 1-800-QUIT-NOW is a great first step. Get connected to a trained Quit coach by phone or online. They'll share ways to curb cravings, handle life's big and small stresses, and tackle relapses with you. No lectures, no judgments. Reaching out and getting support can double your chances of quitting. So, take the first step. Call 1-800-QUIT-NOW or enroll online at mass.gov/quitting.
Welcome back to Braintree Today. Now let's get right into more stories. The Massachusetts nonprofit group Operation Service is donating Christmas trees to veterans and military families in need. Joe Fermani, the director of the nonprofit based in Leominster, Massachusetts, said, quote, "The idea is to thank our servicemen and women, active and veteran. We started in 2010 as just a way to give back," end quote. 12 years ago, Fermani and his wife bought 20 trees out of pocket and donated the Christmas trees to veterans and military families that had loved ones deployed. Since then, the giving has grown, and in 2017, they founded Operation Service. Operation Service has teamed up with Colley's Garden Center in Fitchburg and the Gardener's Spot in Leominster. Now, through December 19th, any active service member or veteran with a valid military ID can simply show up and pick up a Christmas tree. For more information or to donate, visit operationservice.net. With Thanksgiving over, many are already thinking about Christmas and their Christmas tree. For those in Braintree who prefer fresh-cut trees, there are a number of places to buy them. Locally, you can get them from Central Florist and Nursery in Stoughton and the Home Depot in Quincy. But for those of you looking to cut down a real tree, the selection may be a little narrower. The summer drought and record-breaking heat has reduced the number of available trees to cut. Taproot Tree Farm in Stowe, Massachusetts is looking forward to its second season. Owner Jesse Stedman and Jamie Aspenson only sell Christmas trees grown in-house and said that this year's weather was a first for them, saying, quote, "We still lost several hundred. This was the first year I had trees 6 feet and larger actually dying in the field, which I've never seen before," end quote. Despite the losses, Stedman says Taproot will still have plenty of trees available, so they don't expect it to impact this year's sales. The holiday shopping season is in full swing, and if you have to ship your gifts this year, we've got some deadlines you'll want to keep in mind. Christmas falls on a Sunday this year, which means last-minute delivery of your gifts will cost more, and those shipping gifts will have 2 fewer days to get those presents where they're going. The key week for shipping begins on December 11th. FedEx's ground cutoff is December 14th, and UPS says anything traveling cross-country by ground from New England needs to go out December 15th or 16th. As for the United States Postal Service, they say their ground deadline is December 17th. Also, December 14th is this year's free shipping day. Generally, that's the last day to order something online and get it by Christmas without having to pay for expedited shipping. Miss any of those ground dates and expect to pay much more to ship by air. So remember to ship those packages early this year. Norfolk County Sheriff Patrick McDermott announced last Thursday that the Norfolk County Sheriff's Office is bringing back the popular Holiday Happenings celebration. The Holiday Happenings celebration is a family-friendly event for all ages and is completely free of charge. Attendees can enjoy holiday music, fun crafts, snacks, carolers, and more. Santa will also be in attendance for anyone wishing to take a photo and share with him their holiday gift wishes. This year, the Holiday Happenings celebration will take place at the Braintree Public Safety Complex, located at 2015 Washington Street in Braintree on Friday, December 9th from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m., and again on Sunday, December 11th from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Norfolk County Registry of Deeds announced the 2022 Holiday Food Drive is happening November 14th through December 13th this year. Register of Deeds William O'Donnell is asking people to take a moment to contribute to the annual food drive, saying, quote, "This year, we as a community have seen an unprecedented rise in inflation rates, especially in the cost of food. Some Norfolk County families are hit harder by these increased costs and worry about putting food on the table this holiday season." End quote. Non-perishable food items can be brought directly to the Registry of Deeds located at 649 High Street in Dedham. A donation bin will be set up in the registry's lobby, and food can be dropped off Monday through Friday between 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Suggested donations include canned goods, breakfast cereals, pasta, sauces, toiletries, and paper products. To learn more about the food drive along with other Registry of Deed events and initiatives, you can visit their Facebook page at facebook.com/NorfolkDeeds. Thanks for watching Braintree Today. We'll be right back with more in entertainment.
Hello, I'm Bill O'Donnell, Register of Deeds for Norfolk County. The holidays are a time of joy, but for some, a time of stress. We see firsthand at the Registry of Deeds the struggles of people when it comes to mortgage foreclosures. A number of families in the county struggle to put food on the table. Realizing that 1 out of every 9 Massachusetts households is considered food insecure, the Registry of Deeds continues to hold its annual holiday food drive to benefit struggling families here in Norfolk County. We are asking for your help in collecting non-perishable donations such as canned meats, soups, vegetables, breakfast cereals, pasta, spaghetti sauces, along with household paper goods. To make a difference this holiday season, all you have to do is drop off a donation to the Registry of Deeds lobby, located at 649 High Street in Dedham, between the hours of 8 a.m. and 4:30 p.m., Monday through Friday. If you cannot get to the Registry of Deeds, please check our website at www.norfolkdeeds.org for a food pantry location in your community. Donations are needed throughout the year. Working together, we can truly make a difference. Thank you.
Welcome back to Braintree Today. This week in entertainment, here are some holiday movie recommendations to watch this weekend. First in entertainment comes Violent Night. An elite team of mercenaries breaks into a wealthy family's estate on Christmas Eve, taking everyone inside hostage in order to steal the $300 million they have stashed away in their personal vault. But the team is in for a real surprise when they run into a combatant Santa Claus, played by David Harbour. Santa must now take it into his own hands to save the day and to save Christmas, proving that this Santa is no saint. You can watch Violent Night in theaters Friday, December 2nd. Next comes Falling for Christmas, starring Lindsay Lohan as a young, newly engaged heiress who gets amnesia after a skiing accident just days before Christmas. After her diagnosis in the hospital, she finds herself in the care of a handsome cabin owner, Jake, who offers her a place at his bed and breakfast hotel until she can remember who she is or someone comes to claim her. After spending some time there, she decides to help him and his family at the lodge in hopes of getting her memory back. Still struggling with her memory, she begins adjusting to a normal life, all while bonding with Jake and his family. You can watch Falling for Christmas now on Netflix. And finally in entertainment, The Noel Diary tells the story of Jake Turner, a best-selling author who returns home during Christmas to settle his mother's estate after finding out she had passed away. While cleaning up the estate, Jake finds a diary that holds secrets to not only his past, but the past of Rachel, a young woman who came to find her birth mother, Noelle, who used to be Jake's nanny. Together, they embark on a journey to find what happened in the past and hopefully find her mother. You can watch The Noel Diary on Netflix. That'll do it for news today. I'm Martha Konstandinidis, and thank you for watching Braintree Today on BCAM TV. Stay safe, and we'll see you next time.